Alright, welcome to this week's market review. This video will be fast because I don't want the video to take too long. So we're starting off with gold right away. And on the gold, what I can basically say is that I'm going to be looking out for bearish movements more than bullish movements much more this week. Usually, yes, we start from the weekly time frame where we see what the previous week has done. And from the previous week, you can see that we have a bullish candle, right? I took out liquidity on this hand. And so this week we'll be looking at take out liquidity on this particular hand. So that means we are still very much bearish. I'll be careful with any bullish bias on gold currently. That would go the same on silver, but when we get to the silver chart, we will check that out. So like I said, on gold, I'm quite bearish at the level where the bearish trade or the bearish entry would be. That would be based on your analysis, and on this particular video I'll try to give you an edge on this particular video. So right now we're waiting for the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we are headed for this particular draw on liquidity right here. We are headed for this particular draw on liquidity, and like I said, it is overall bearish, right? So we've seen that yesterday, which was Monday. Watch how market closed. Market closed as bullish candle, but still didn't take out this liquidity. If you had come and take this out, and probably this one, then maybe you could have a sufficient change of character, right? But if you look at this particular chart, what you will definitely see is that there's a break of structure right here. There's a confirmed break of structure right here, right? And when we have a break of structure like that, it is an indication that market should come back to retrace before going the downside again. But it seems as though it's just consolidating, so we are still very much bullish. Although yeah, you could say this is a generated liquidity where market will use this as inducement for this particular order block, because this is a very strong order block. When I start my order block series, this is a very strong order block. This order block and this sell tells us that when market gets here, it's most likely going to sell again. But unless market gives us that bias, I'm very much bullish. Let me just go down to the 4-hour time frame and see if we have a proper structure. So right here on the 4-hour time frame, the structure we have is still, this is the last break of structure we had. Market has been consolidating so far. No definite break of structure on this side, that's on gold, right? You can call this a generated liquidity or inducement, whatever name you choose to tag it with, right? So market could be coming back to that point, coming down to that point later on to generate liquidity or take out this liquidity, come back to this place a few days before giving us a sell. But without this place being cleared, I'm very much bullish. These are just internal break of structures. Break of structure here, break of structure. Yeah, lucky for you, market came back here, came back to this trend line, break structure. But market so far has been ranging on gold. And I'm going to go to the DXY chart now to show us that the DXY is also bearish currently. And as you know, if the DXY is bearish, it means that the gold would most likely be bullish, but you've got to wait for your proper confirmation. Alright, the DXY is currently bearish, so that's that on gold. If gold, my bias on this week is gold is bearish, so I'm going to be on the lookout. I'm going to look out for a sell down to this DO head, right? Maybe on the 2-hour time frame. What can you see here? Well, I can say I'll take myself from here. Market can come back to this point. I'll take myself from there or from somewhere like here. Somewhere like, yeah. Which is also tricky because market could get there and pump. I mean, it's gold. But until this place is taken out, right? No funny movements for now. That's that about that. So yeah, basically I think because it's also the last week of the month, right, it is seeming slow. Silver also is giving the same thing, though silver seems like it can start buying from this particular point. But like I said, until this one is taken out, or until I see a proper retracement from that point, they are all bearish. The overall movement is bearish. As you can see, this is the last break of structure we had. If I go up to the time, this last break of structure we had, market has been ranging from then. This is because our market has been ranging from then, from that previous break of structure. The last break of structure we had on the 4-hour time frame. Market has not broken this last high, the previous high. Okay, I even had this marked out from the previous week. By the way, you should check the previous week analysis to follow what this week should do. It's pretty much the same thing, if not slow. I don't think anything has changed. So market should have gotten to this place and give us this short, but should I call this a missed entry now, or probably an inducement being generated by market? Alright, so yeah, there is that. So market could come down to this place. So if you see a nice sell on a lower time frame on this, either of this candle, maybe on the 15 minutes, you could take it, but ensure that you're careful. Okay, yeah, I said I was going to go to the DXY chart, and DXY, we are currently bullish, sort of. We are all bullish, right? That's taking out this liquidity here. So I'm looking for a retracement for this new week, and that means we'll have some sales this week. That means your USD pairs would be bearish. That means if you have your Euro USD, it's most likely going to be bullish. If you understand your currency pairs, I also have a video on that. So it's most likely going to be bullish for a little while, because we are looking out to take out this high. So I'm expecting that before it takes out that high, right, market goes in this particular direction, where it comes down to this place before going back up. And on that note, yeah, we just wait. Bulk of the thing you do as a trader is to where you wait for price to come back to where you want to, somewhere like here, before giving you that bias. So yeah, there's that, because I mean this has been a trend line movement, and market will just come back to that place and keep buying. So that's one of the things we're expecting this week. Alright, for BTC, BTC is currently ranging as well, although it could fly back. I think it's heading for this 61k. This is on the 4-hour time frame. Alright, so here we have a break of structure to the upside. I break of structure to the upside. If you draw a trend line, right, we have a bullish trend so far, but now it has been broken. So what am I expecting? I'm expecting market to come back into this range and retest. Come back into the range here and then give us a sell, something like this. But then, as usual, you should wait for your confirmations, right? So come back into that range and give us a sell. So that's what I'm expecting for this week. And where will be my target? My target will be around this inefficiency here. This place too, that market is expecting to come back to, which is around 61k to 59k. Right, it could go lower, but I can show you, because I mean this was the last high, it was the last break of structure, and then market came back here, broke the structure. Once this place is taken out, it could come back to this point and take this out. So BTC is also very much bearish. Alright, so BTC is bearish, gold is bearish, silver is bearish. Okay, let me see the other pairs I have here. Like I said, it's pretty much the same thing from the previous week. There isn't much movement going on. I think I saw something on this guy, which could work. Yeah, so something on this guy which could work. So I'm expecting market to, although this is a break of structure here, another break of structure, another break of structure, but it seems to have changed character. It seems to have a COCH from here, a change of character from this point. It seems to have a change of character from that point, right? And a change of character will indicate that market is about to change the trend, right? So looking out for a buy here, very short buy though, because there is still another block here ready to be, that could cause another movement to the downside. So let's just say a short buy from here. That will be me going down the lower time frame to get my buy from this particular point to the higher time frame, or rather to this particular high rather. So aside that, the other pairs, Euro USD, there isn't much going on them. As you can see, market has just been ranging, so that's why I don't have any much thing to say about the market. Has been ranging, and yes, although we are in a downtrend, it has just been ranging in this range. So unless we break this range out, and as 2 weeks ago I've been expecting market to come into this place before a short, so could have a massive buy then coming back down. Another thing I would love to show you in this particular week is the news for this particular week. So Monday we didn't have much impact news, Tuesday we didn't have much like stuff, but tomorrow, Wednesday, we have a news by 2:30 a.m. right, something to watch out for on the AUD rather, and also by 7 p.m. on the USD. So these are the things to watch out for, and a good trader, or I don't trade the news, but you should watch out for the news. You should watch what the news is going to say. So tomorrow is going to be an interesting day to watch out for. Same thing with Thursday. We have high impact news. You should watch out for them. Same thing with Friday. So the week is going to be busy, right? And should be on your chart, checking what is market doing, what is market currently saying. So you check for your AUD pairs and your USD pairs. Like I said, those news definitely will determine how the other pairs will move for this particular week. Most of the other pairs have just been ranging. This is the last break of structure here. It's definitely supposed to come down to this point, but it has not been ranging. No clear movement to the downside. Even your GU and your G and your Euro USD, same movement. That's just been ranging all through. Right? And for instance, here we have a break of structure here, which indicates a sell. So another break of structure here. So for your GU, we could have this movement this week. Could have price come back to this point before selling. Right? We could have price do that and then go as much as this and give us a sell. So that is that about that. Let me see your EU. For your EU, if the GU is selling, right, it's most likely the EU is going to sell. But do not forget that we have news coming up, high impact news at that coming up. And if we have the high impact news at that coming up, it means there's something important. Like I said, I think I've shown this chart that has just been ranging all through, right? That's just been ranging all through, and that is that about that. Your UJ has been very bullish. The UJ has been bullish and has not given any clear break of structure to take any trade. That's just been flying high with long wicks and annoying movement. So I think that's that about that for this particular video. To watch the previous week video, just click on the link you would see in the next page, and then subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification. The voice of Seyi. God did, God bless. See you next week.